Alright, so people have been wanting to hear about what I think of Crunchyroll's upcoming anime. And you know me, I love to give credit for where credit is due, and call this an American anime. I know I'm stubborn, but there has been a lot of tension surrounding this new upcoming series called High Guardian Spice. A lot of people have been attacking the series for what is going on behind the scenes, rather than what's presented in front of them. Some are even saying we can't even judge this until it's released in 2019. I've heard what everyone else had to say and watched their trailer, if we can call it that, a few times, and you're all watching this to hear what I have to say about this. Well, here's the thing. On one hand, yes, we have to wait. From what the sketches are showing and with the unique character designs, the show looks cute. Though I'll admit, the main character looks like every pink-haired anime girl under the sun, and the designs are a mishmash between Cartoon Network's face templates and Little Witch Academia. Not to mention that the story doesn't really sound too original. 4 girls living in a magical world where they go to school to become guardians. Again, that sounds like a very generic story a lot of animes use. Even Little Witch Academia has a similar plot of 3 girls going to a magical school to become witches. Hell, I'll even bring up the plot for Ruby, 4 girls going to a school to become huntresses. And even then, I point out in my review for Ruby on Pop Spectrum's channel that the story is too similar to other types of generic school stories. You want to become the greatest chef in the world? There's a school for that! Do you want to become a superhero? There's a school for that! Do you want to become a very powerful wizard while fighting the forces of evil? There's a school for that, Harry! You're a wizard! You've got a dream, kid? There's more than likely a school for that. However, each of these generic stories always have something that makes them stand out. Food Wars has foodgasms, Sky High has the dividing classes and treatments between heroes and sidekicks, and Ruby has amazing choreographed fight scenes. We won't know what High Guardian Spice will have that'll make it stand out until we see the finished product. On the other hand, why couldn't they go into more detail over what their show has that others don't? Sure, we see some cool designs and the backdrops are pretty cool to see, but the majority of this trailer is focusing on what's happening backstage. They're pointing out who is working on the project and why it's important to them. Now, this is where all the attacks are coming in. The production has more of a priority to hire women so that their voices can be heard. Here's the thing though, I won't be diving into the politics of the situation since it's already been said, but can you pick out a movie or a project that took this approach in marketing and made it well known around the world that didn't end up as a bad or mediocre project? Disney announces that LeFou is gay. Come see Disney finally placing openly gay characters in their high-budgeted movie. Yeah. About that. The movie doesn't even do anything with that knowledge. Even Lindsay Ellis can tell you that. It honestly felt like with how messy the overall movie was, they had to make the announcement just to get more people to watch it. It worked, but there were complaints about not doing anything with it. Then there was Disney announcing Lando Calrissian coming out as a pansexual, a move that, again, didn't really affect the plot at all and came out with mixed reviews. No matter the reason as to why Solo underperformed, the announcement of Lando's preferences didn't really add anything or help their numbers at all. The next thing we hear from Disney is the announcement of their officially first openly gay character as a main character in the upcoming Jungle Cruise movie. Now, correct me if I'm wrong to assume this, but maybe they made this announcement because nobody wants to see a Jungle Cruise movie! With these 3 examples, I'm led to assume that the product will not be that good if you have to bring up the diversity angle in your marketing, that we should be enthralled with this historical achievement in the storytelling and animation, even though we don't know anything about the actual product. If this was a behind-the-scenes edition released after the release of the series, that's one thing. It's nice seeing these sketches and hearing about their passion for 2D art, and it's fine. But to point out the diversity in your cast mostly over what makes the story unique doesn't necessarily sell the product. And as a comic artist on Twitter under the name @onips pointed out, when you're developing a show that you want people to watch, but you're basically telling them to just watch it because I made it without giving us a lot to look forward to, it's not a good business decision. To which then she points out that it only works if your name is Miyazaki or Kojima, but they have a history of good products to back their statements. Unlike these ladies who want us to watch their show because of the people who made them. I guess what I'm basically saying is show, don't tell. Make a product that looks interesting and make it unique in its own way. You have these neat character designs, show us more of them. For example, there's an upcoming movie still in the works called Hullabaloo. It's a 2D animated film being made by past Disney animators, and they made a successful Kickstarter to help fund their project. By showing us the sketches, art style, and characters, I am already sold. I want this movie no matter how long it takes, and will always get excited when I see more clips and images. The only thing we know about them otherwise is that they used to work for Disney. It shows that you don't need to go into too much detail over who you are and what your preferences are, because all that matters is what you're selling. And if the bottom line is diversity in politics, then place it in your product without telling us. Show, don't tell. The best examples I could bring in this instance is Pendleton Ward and Rebecca Sugar, two amazing directors who put their passion and beliefs into their stories without making a grand and epic announcement before release. They just make it happen, and we get excited. We cheered in the final episode of Adventure Time when Bubblegum Princess and Marceline got back together. We cried tears of joy when Ruby and Sapphire got married. Even the directors from Laika Studios made an openly gay character in one of the movies years ago called Paranorman, a movie about accepting people despite their differences, and then this scene happens.
So I was thinking maybe we could catch a movie sometime. Nothing scary.
That sounds great, Kathy. You know, you're gonna love my boyfriend. He's like a total chick flick nut.
Oh my god, that is so cool and precious, and I love this guy. From what I've seen in the past, you can make an openly diverse product that we can like if done right. Ward and Sugar adding diversity into their shows subtly is the right way. Disney making a huge announcement showing how diverse they can be while telling you why you should watch their movies is not the right way. High Guardian Spice unfortunately is taking the Disney approach. Making an announcement and telling people how diverse they are and why we need to watch their show is giving me red flags. All I'm saying is, if you believe your product is good, just let the product speak for itself and believe in it. You don't need to drag us in if we think the product looks good. Take advice from Laika, Hullabaloo, and Cartoon Network. Show us why it's good, not tell us why we should think it's good.
Realistically, when you pitch a brand new idea to your audience, and it's a project with financial liabilities, if you don't use the content, and the content alone, to prove its own quality, then you basically told your audience, consume this because I've made it. Which is a terrible business decision. Unless you're Miyazaki or Kojima.
So those are my thoughts about this behind the scenes footage, since, let's be honest, it's not really a trailer Crunchyroll. I'll watch episode 1 when it comes out, but I'm already getting Beauty and the Beast and Solo flashbacks. If you've seen this behind the scenes footage, let us know what you think of it. Does it look interesting? Do you care about the staff and how they hire? Leave us a comment down below. We won't know till we see it, but given past experiences with similar approaches, I'm just a little worried. Hey there, if you like what we do on this channel, be sure to subscribe and click on the notification bell. If you wish to support us financially, we do have a Patreon page with numerous rewards to fit your budget. Don't forget to follow us on Twitter @AnimeAmerica, and be sure to check out our other channel, Pop Spectrum. Thanks for watching, and stay tuned, Anime America.